Okay, so I'm getting back to this drawing, which haven't been on for a while now. It's been at least a week since I even had a chance to look at it. Decided today to try and get some headway into it and try and, if possible, finish it. Currently using woodless charcoal here, medium. Gives quite a nice finish. But as you can see, using crosshatch technique gives it that sort of smoothness. And I'm using the edge of the charcoal to give it a more smoother finish. Skin tones tend to do that. Like with the skin tones, I try and use woodless charcoal for the smoothness I'm able to get. The Lara charcoal I normally use for the clothing, etc. So it gives a different texture altogether. This is way smoother, and I tend to get the sort of finish I'm after. One thing about doing skin tones is that you've got to really layer it a lot to try and get the actual blending as smooth as possible. I find that using, as I said, woodless charcoal really does help in getting the sort of finish I really want, the smoothness that's needed for skin tones. I hate a rough look on skin, but as I said, it's an ongoing thing. It's really a lot of layering, a lot of cross-hatching, backwards and forwardsing, and it's quite time consuming, but in the end it's really rewarding. As you can see, I'm using a circular motion over here, and it tends to get rid of the inevitable sort of backwards and forwards as well. So yeah, hopefully this has sort of given a bit of an idea of my technique on how I do this. As I said, each artist to their own, but I found with this, for me it works. I've tried so many different mediums over the years, and I'm definitely getting the results I want by using this. It's obviously a lot more time consuming in doing it, but I never want to hand over a commission to a client where in the back of my mind I'm thinking, I could have done a bit better, I could have tried a bit better, or something is wrong, because I need this to obviously market my own stuff as I go on. So yeah, it's Wednesday morning, 26th of December 2019, and maybe this time next year I'll be doing another one which look way better than this. One always improves as one goes along. Doesn't look like much is happening here, but over a few hours perhaps of doing this, you'll see a difference. I'll be posting stills of this as I go along. But one thing I do know is the longer you spend on a drawing, any artwork, the better it looks. But once it's complete and it's done. I hate going back to something I've finished, just sort of almost over-capitalizing on something. So yeah, I'll be posting a still of this once it's complete. Hopefully by the end of the week it will be finished. In the meantime, watch the space, and yeah, I'll be sharing this on pretty much all the groups I'm part of. So if you'd like to comment, feel free to. Comments are great. Just don't get personal. Heard a few of those, and it's just not really necessary. Each artist is different. Each one's got its own particular audience and appeal. And I just feel that everybody's entitled to the opinion, obviously, but healthy criticism is always welcome. Getting personal and posting comments that are just really emotional and immature doesn't help anybody. Welcome commissioned work, also welcome criticism as well. It's how one grows. Obviously you want to sift through what one gets and applies what one feels can be used. But in the meantime, I'm not changing my technique at all. Doing something freehand, you never get the proportions 100% right. It just doesn't happen. I've tried my whole life to try and get it right. The only way I can really get it right is by doing a projection onto the page. I feel for me, I'd rather not do that. One always develops one's skill set to do as much as possible, but doing a projection onto the page and then almost tracing it for me is defeating the object. Anybody can do that. I'll always do freehand. As I said, the proportions are never 100%. There'll always be an arm or a leg or a hand looking bigger than it should or smaller, but in that's nature. You find that with people as well. If you really look hard, nobody's face, hands, feet are in proportion either. It's part of the world we live in. And art is a representation of what one puts on a surface for an audience to view and of course criticize and say whatever they want to say. Everybody's got a right to say what they want to say. It's not a problem, obviously, but I think when you sort of call the artist egotistical and a whole bunch of other things, I just think that's just unnecessary. It comes with the territory, obviously, but then the person who says what they say must also understand that the artist has got a right to turn around and tell them that they're being obnoxious and they're sticking over the line as well. It goes both ways. Okay, so it's pretty much where I'm at so far, and I'll be adding more of it later on. Cheers.